Today I'm watching Goosebumps Season 2, Episode 14. In the previous episode, it was all about these garden gnomes that came to life, which was interesting, and how they were all about, causing mischief and, ruining the neighbor's yard for this garden competition. I definitely remember the show coming out when I was younger, but I was way too scared to watch it. So I'm watching it now that I'm older. I own some of the books. I was able to find some at thrift stores, but I haven't read any of them. So let me know in the comments if you want to see a book review, if there are certain books that are classics that you think I should read. I know there's quite a few Goosebumps books out there now as well. I think they're still making them. Yeah, let me know in the comments or if you want to see like an episode and book comparison video. But thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
Don't worry, we won't. Have fun. Bye! You check the bedroom closet. I'll check the den.
Obviously, they're gonna go snoop.
Over here. I bet you anything they're in that box.
That seems like an odd place. Like,
we are dead. This is weird. I never knew this was here.
oh, secret passageway. Okay. Oh my, okay, that's fun. Definitely don't think they're gonna find their birthday presents in here. Dun, 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 dun. It's a really cool set. I love the details that go into it, especially for an anthology show. Like, you have these new sets every episode. Some are more detailed than others, obviously, but this is really cool.
Coffin. Do you think anybody's in there? I'd rather not know the answer to that question, Freddy.
And yeah, with like this crest on it as well. Interesting.
What was that? Vampire breath? Some kind of joke.
Whoa, that's cool. Too late. What does vampire breath smell like? Blood. Copper, yeah. We haven't had many vampire episodes, so that's fun.
Something. Yeah. Sounded like something.
It's alive! Oh my gosh, yes.
Let's get out of here!
Just a vampire in the basement, no big deal. He's like, I'm awake now, children.
I'm called Nightwing. What are your names, children?
He's like, I guess I should introduce myself before I threaten to drink your blood.
Make me sound like a common creature of the night. I am Lord of the Undead.
Oh god, that's much worse.
Run!
I think it's too late, kids. You're not gonna make it to 14.
Where to begin? Boys have such a hearty, robust flavor.
Oh god.
Girls offer such a sweet, delicate bouquet. So refreshing.
Can you not be reviewing what their blood tastes like, please? Hypnosis, perhaps?
Vampire breath. There must be some remaining in the bottle. I must absorb it all to remember where I left my fangs. The bottle.
I hate it when you leave your fangs behind.
Dare you haggle with me? I am immortal. I am invincible.
You're toothless.
Give it to me.
Then you'll let us go, right?
Never trust a vampire.
I was gonna say, there's no way. Yeah, it's gonna smash it. Oh god, where does that go? Coffin Ride, everybody's favorite game. Oh my god, where is this going? It's a really cool set though, I love it. This is a good episode so far. It's like, yeah, like a literal ride. That's amazing. That would have been so fun to build.
now where are we?
How should I know?
Please keep your arms and legs inside the coffin at all times.
For long. Man.
Oh, that's cool. It's definitely a painting, but it still looks pretty cool. Just rows and rows of coffins.
Don't bite me. Bite you? What do you think we got?
It's giving me like Interview with a Vampire.
Vampires are all still hunting till sunrise. I sleep during the day like they do. At night, I'm supposed to clean and polish their coffins.
Or is she also a vampire?
They'll turn me into one of them. We won't let that happen, Gwendolyn.
I don't trust her.
What's the big deal with vampire breath anyway?
Yeah, I love the fog and the trees and everything. It's such a cool set.
Why wants it back so bad? If he gets all charged up again, remember we left his fangs, then we're really in trouble.
Children.
And the fact that they can like remove their fangs also is interesting. Oh god.
Where are they?
What children?
Trifle with me, girl. I know they're here. I may be 657 years old, but I can still...
Oh my. And he's just been living in their basement the whole time.
Where did she come from?
And the Oscar goes too.
Games have ceased to amuse me. Frederick, he has it, doesn't he?
No! She's telling the truth!
Oh my god.
He's got me. He's hurting me.
What? He can mimic her voice? What? Oh my gosh. Are her thoughts? That was creepy.
Do as I say and I will release her.
Oh, sure. Never trust a vampire, remember?
Using his own words against him. I love it.
Foolish child.
I knew we couldn't trust her. Yep. Of course. Scary.
Just enough left to make me even more powerful than you.
Give it to me.
It's always the ones that look innocent. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's been working on her fighting skills. And this little like cloud effect up his nose. Oh my, quite the transition.
And now, for you. You are starting to bug me.
Bye, Gwendolyn. Ooh, vanished. Or turned her into a cockroach? Is that what that is? Oh my god.
You can never escape!
Oh my gosh, these kids like, we just wanted our birthday presents.
What in the world happened here?
The vampire! He's after us! We need a wooden stake or garlic.
At least they know how to take him out.
Daddy. Is that you?
Daddy? Oh my god, they knew. Oh, these kids are like, well, frick.
Pops, we thought we'd lost you.
This wholesome family reunion. And the kids are like, what the frick? This is Grandpa?
Oh, don't be shy, kids. Come give your grandpa a big hug.
Grandpa, these two are yours?
He's like, I almost ate him.
Of course he is. We all are.
But if you guys are vampires,
What?
we must be...
A family affair. Oh my god.
Oh, right where I left them.
Oh god. They're like dentures but with fangs. Ugh.
Don't worry, they hurt a bit at first. But by the time you've had your first meal, they'll be fine.
Who's their first meal? Oh my god.
I'm not sure we can take any more surprises.
There's always that twist ending, of course, yeah.
Happy birthday, Kara. Yeah, happy birthday.
Oh my god, bunk bed coffins. I was worried it was gonna be a person they were gonna eat, but here we are. That's a niche business for sure. Oh my goodness. That was a good episode. So that was my first time watching Goosebumps season 2 episode 14, all about this vampire's breath. It was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. Just a really good pacing, well-written episode. It was a lot happened in 22 minutes, and I think they could have maybe pushed it to a two-parter. I haven't read the book, so I don't know if the book would have allowed that, but I think they just really condensed everything that they could into a great episode. Like, there was, so many things that were happening, and we haven't seen a ton of vampires, so I also like that aspect. It didn't feel like we'd seen this, play out before, and of course we have that twist ending as well, but exploring twins as siblings isn't something I think we've also seen a ton of. They usually have, a different family dynamic. Maybe not every episode, but, there is some differences. It's sometimes brother, sister, sometimes cousins, friends, all that stuff. So, we had twins in this episode. And again, the parents aren't really involved until the end of the episode. And the fact that they leave them on their own. And when she's like, Dad, it's you. I wasn't expecting that response at all from the mom, which is great. That's where that twist, comes in, and did a really great job. Lots of really cool sets in this episode as well, and I really appreciate the work that would have gone into it, especially when it's for a shorter episode of TV. Sometimes when you put so much effort into making a set like that, you want it to get more screen time, but I think they did a great job with the set, and the trees and the smoke and everything, or the fog looked so creepy, and all the coffins, and even that coffin ride, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Casper when she goes down the ride, into the basement and stuff like that. But the fact that this has just been in the basement of their house, I was starting to question, because I was like, okay, nobody would have noticed. They've been down there for 600 and some years, I think he says is how old he is, and how are they going to explain that? But obviously the parents were well aware that this was happening and this was in their basement, so they weren't surprised at all. But yeah, I really, really like those sets, and I think as an actor it would have been really fun, because it's not green screen, you're interacting with real elements, and they made the literal ride on tracks that they could have go down in this coffin, and I think if you're an actor that would have just been so cool and just really put you in the character. And I like the performance from the character who played Nightwing as well. The kids, it can be tricky. I think they did a decent job, but I think he really, sold it on this vampire persona as Count Nightwing. And even before we go into that second part, we have the cool set of the secret passageway, they find behind the bookcase when they're looking for their presents, and, the different archways and the lights and stuff on the wall as well. It's very cool. And, sometimes the sets will be a school or something like that, but I love anytime we get to explore a horror or sci-fi, element of this. And I know obviously this is a horror TV show for kids, but I like when we really go into the depths of classic horror characters such as vampires. And that these twins, Kara and Freddie, had no idea, obviously, that they are vampires. This was them, finding out for the first time. And that bunk bed reveal at the end, I think, just sealed it perfectly. That was the best way to end it. And I was a little worried that there was going to be, a person waiting for them up there. Oh, yeah, once you had your first feeding, your fangs will be, completely fine. But, of course, it's the coffin bunk beds, and you see them both close at the same time. And also this vampire lore that they could remove their fangs. That's what Nightwing is, looking for. He's where did I leave my fangs? How could I have, I'm trying to find them. So the fact that he's back, but not 100%, I think also adds an element to the story, because he's not immediately trying to attack the kids, as I think is a vampire storyline. That's what we would expect, is that he's a vampire. He's going to try and drink some blood, but he's more concerned on trying to find his fangs. And of course he finds them in the end, but this vampire breath potion as well was interesting. And I've seen quite a few vampire movies and, Buffy and stuff like that as well at this point. And that's a piece of lore that I haven't heard of yet. And I don't know if it's actually, true vampire lore. They just made it up for the show. But either way, it seemed cool. It didn't seem overly exaggerated or an impossibility. Them taking out their fangs, I don't know how accurate that would be. As far as I've seen, it's always just attached to their teeth. But maybe that was a way to get around some of the effects. That's what I was thinking. But then we do see the teeth come in, towards the end on the parents and the kids as well. So that was cool. And the vial of vampire's breath when like the little vapors come out of it. You know, I thought that was a really cool effect. I'm assuming that would have been, you know, early CGI, but it looked cool. And even the bottle itself, you know, was an old potion bottle with this wax seal stamp on it. I thought was a really cool prop. And they had, you know, that organ music that we frequently hear in Vampire, and it just reminded me of Dracula, and, you know, the crest that he has on this coffin as well, and saying he's, you know, the ruler of the underworld, and, you know, setting up his persona as well was cool. Giving him a little bit of backstory, and then obviously we find out his connection to the family, and they're like, we've been looking for you, like, hey, you know, and, you know, having that like almost a wholesome family reunion at the end, but of course it's a family of vampires, and I like that they're playing on that, you know, element of vampires would have a family too, so having that instead of just, you know, your regular nuclear family being reunited, they're like, we're a family of vampire, we're just like you. So I like that they were kind of playing on that. They did also mention, you know, some hypnosis, like don't look in his eyes. That's something we know vampires could do, and that he could mimic Kara's voice, I thought was interesting, and read her mind. Again, we've seen similar things in vampire movies as well, so I thought they did a great job with this story. You know, he's covering Kara's mouth and is mimicking words that she would say in order to draw out Freddy, who has the vampire's breath, and yeah, just a really great episode. Overall, I really liked it. A really strong episode. It was so well done. I'm gonna have to try and find the book and see how the book relates, but I like that there was a premise that these teenagers are soon to be teenagers, and of course, you know, 13 can sometimes be seen as like an unlucky number, and playing into their 13th birthday and how they become vampires once they're teenagers. And to have the kids looking for their presents, which again, it seems like a normal thing that kids would do. Like, again, if this is an audience meant for kids, they would be able to relate to that because it's something they probably would have done themselves. Like, oh, did you check under the bed? Did you check here? You know, trying to get a sneak peek of their presents. But obviously we know that presents were not going to be what they were expecting. And I loved the coffin ride thing. That was super cool. And yeah, just the whole story ending up with them being, you know, just one big happy vampire family, I thought was an interesting twist. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Definitely don't think they're gonna find their birthday presents in here. What does vampire breath smell like? Just a vampire in the basement. And the fact that they can like remove their fangs. Family reunion. And the kids are like, what the frick? This is Grandpa? Oh my god, bunk bed coffins. Can you not be reviewing what their blood tastes like, please? I hate it when you leave your fangs behind.